What's up, y'all? Welcome to Super Retro, a nostalgic podcast about retro gaming, TV and film, music, pop culture, anything dope from the 80s and 90s and early 2000s.
New edition.
I'm your host, Tuck. That's Will.
What's up?
Man, it feels good to be back, y'all.
It does.
Check this out. Got to show y'all the shirt
Man.
first. Wait a minute, let me stop there. All right.
Killing it.
Look at that. Boom.
They turned out really good.
These shirts turned out awesome. And what's crazy is we posted them, and man, at first I was like, damn.
We almost fucked up.
I know. I was like, damn, ain't nobody buying it.
Because we wanted to have a nice amount of shirts at the expo.
Yeah.
And then we started selling it so fast, we were like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
We're going to be the dudes out there with two mediums, a small,
yeah.
and at the expo and can't sell shit.
Yeah, so, if you come see us, well, the expo will probably already happen by the time you hear this, but yeah, we're probably going to be out of shirts,
Yeah.
Will. I mean, it's going to be slim pickings.
I
So.
say it's a good problem to have.
But anyway, by the time you hear this, we'll be re-upped. So, go to our website, which we can announce, segue into our website. It's superretropod.com, superretropod.com. You can keep up with any news we got going on, any expos we're going to be doing, any new merchandise.
It's fully functional now.
Yeah, it is an awesome website, and I got to give a huge shout out to my wife who designed the whole thing.
For sure. And making us look legit as much as possible.
Exactly.
In every aspect of our...
Every way.
Yeah.
Our logo, just she's the back end of what makes this shit go.
Yeah.
You know
There's a lot of shit me and Tuck aren't good at.
Yeah.
And she's good at it.
Yeah, so we really appreciate you, Katie. And Katie designed this website in like a day and a half. She just sat there locked in, just
Looks
boom,
dope, man.
knocked the shit out, and it looks. I'm extremely happy with it.
We official.
So yeah, go check that out, y'all. You can get merch on there, like I said. Oh yeah, and then on June 8th,
The second tournament.
Yeah.
Super Retro Tournament.
on June 8th of
We're back.
we're back and we're doing an NBA Jam tournament. But here's the thing: we're looking for the best NBA Jam player,
Yeah, overall.
not just on one console, not here or there. So we're gonna do it to where everyone plays on the consoles, like our last one on the Super Nintendo
On
console.
old TVs.
Old
Old
TVs.
Super Nintendos.
The first few rounds will be held on the consoles.
Yeah.
But then maybe the Elite Eight or the Final Four. I'm not sure yet. I guess it just depends on how many people actually end up signing up.
Yeah, we're going to be using Rec Bar's OG NBA Jam cabinet.
How dope is that?
It's awesome.
Like you got to make it through the. You got
You're
to
over
make it through.
hitting the buttons.
Yeah, you got to make it through the console, and then you got to prove yourself on the arcade cabinet.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
And you know,
And it's one versus one.
yeah,
Not
well,
a two-player tournament.
Nope.
Not this time.
you playing another person.
So you have a computer player with you at all times.
That's right.
So that's that's a strategy in itself.
It really is.
Like you got to know which computer player you want on your squad.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yep. And so, yeah, that'll be at the Rec Bar, as always, in J-Town. For the people from this area, just look up Rec Bar on Taylorsville Road.
And if you're out of town, you got enough time to plan it.
That's right. Come see us. We'd
June
love to see you.
8th.
Last time we had so much fun with all those people.
Man,
that
we
came
met
out.
a lot of cool people.
We did. And you know, now I recognize them, and like
Yep.
I talk to them online and stuff, people that came to that tournament.
Hopefully
so it's
we
pretty
have
cool.
some repeat players.
The dude that I said looked like Cheeto Vera
That was cool.
sent me a message a couple days ago saying, hey, it was me, the one you thought looked like
That's
MMA
funny.
fighter. He was asking about the T-shirts.
But yeah,
I think his
NBA
name was Josh, yeah.
best NBA Jam player around. So let's
Yeah.
see who can take this title. Which also we're gonna have a cool trophy just like last time.
And a grand prize.
Yeah, and some
Door prizes.
yeah,
or
we're gonna
something.
have at least a few
Raffle.
few raffles.
Yeah, we'll do some raffles. That was cool.
Yeah, people love that, bro.
People liked the raffle way more than I thought they would.
Man, it was like everybody was like excited to get what they got.
They stayed for the raffle.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, maybe.
Everyone who won the raffle was there.
So
You know
that-
what I mean? We
yeah.
didn't have to be like, oh, they left.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's pretty cool, man.
Okay, that's all of our announcements. So we want to give a shout out to Tomcat Bobby on TikTok.
I love our goddamn names. I
I
love
know.
every one of our fans' names.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
They're
all
top
the
tier.
follower names are so cool, bro.
Top tier for
Yeah.
sure.
Tomcat Bobby, bro.
Shout out to Tomcat Bobby. And here's the funny part. He subscribed to our TikTok live, which we don't even do anything with.
Not much.
And I think he did it just to support us.
Yeah,
so
that's love, bro.
That's hilarious.
And you're about to get some content.
Yeah, we're gonna like I said, we're gonna figure out which subscription service we really want to focus on. But anyway,
we're gonna do some hangout sessions where we have video game nights.
Absolutely.
And you get to come hang out with us.
Absolutely. So yeah, that was real dope. Tomcat Bobby for subbing to the TikTok channel. Flint Collectibles. I quoted this, and I don't even remember doing this, but at the time it struck me. Flint Collectibles said, "I really enjoy your podcast. Keep up the awesome content," which we get that all the time.
Some of the best things of my day are hearing people say that stuff.
Literally.
Like
I can be having a bad day and I read them. It's like, that's cool.
Like people that say they're like, man, it feels like you guys live in my town.
Yeah.
Or grew up with me.
Yeah. Or like, I'd like to hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
Or I
all
feel
that
like,
shit, man. That's really why we do this.
Seriously.
Like we started it for that reason.
Yep. Trying to find those people.
Which is awesome, man.
So, oh yeah. And then we got to give a shout out to Dakota Cook. This is my dog right here. Do you know Dakota?
I don't think so.
Dude, this is my dog. You probably know him if
I
you've
think
seen
we're
him.
friends on social media.
Yeah. This is my boy right here. We went to high school together, and an order came through for 2 shirts.
That's
awesome. You know what I'm
awesome.
saying? He didn't have to do that.
That's awesome.
That's real cool, Dakota, man. We really appreciate that. Josh Jarbo.
OG.
Another homeboy. Shout out to Josh. Thank you for supporting the show.
Always
man.
supports whatever venture we go in.
His name came through, and I was like, wait a minute. I had to throw some extra shit in there.
We know him.
And then Joshua Broom.
Another OG.
We did it, dog. We did it. I got your shirt out the door, dog. I'm pretty sure I've told poor Josh I was going to send him 100 things.
And he's another one that's always supported any venture.
And look, man, it's nothing personal. I just ain't got that.
He ain't good at that.
I got too many damn kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We barely can do this.
Sending something out is hard for me, so I got you done.
Hey,
dog.
you got them all out though, man. Big props.
Yeah.
You got all you when you get in the rhythm of these sending out shit, you're good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You got to get in it.
That's
and when
right.
the orders come in a bunch,
yeah.
You're bad at like somebody saying they get a free one, and you're like, oh, okay, I'll do it. And it's just one shirt you got to send out.
Yeah. Oh.
Like you're good when we got these multiple orders.
We should give a shirt away.
Yeah.
And then
don't say that, bro. You know we ain't gonna do it now. As soon as you said that, whoever wins this free shirt right now ain't getting it, man.
Nah, we'll do it a different time for sure. Oh man. All right, so we got it done, Big Josh. Let me take you back to 1987. The games that came out will absolutely blow your mind.
It's a good fucking year.
It was one of the best years in gaming, hands down. You would be hard pressed to find another one. Listen to these joints that like came
classic
out.
On classic.
We're going to start with it, y'all. Metroid, released August 15th, 1987. Iconic game. We've covered it multiple times on the show. Dude,
I don't see us ever stop talking about Metroid.
That's one of them games we will keep on revisiting and revisiting. We should try to beat it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We should try to beat it and then talk about it again.
But we should definitely Metroid is like one of the top titles that's ever came out of Nintendo.
Yeah, top 20 NES
Still
game,
going.
hands down. Yeah, I mean, it's loved by everyone.
Yeah.
And so
1987, that's a good year for that game to come out.
Absolutely, Metroid classic. All right, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out came out October 18th, 1987.
I mean, that's self-explanatory.
There's not really more you can say, you know. I mean, the game was only in circulation for a couple years because the licensing ran out. I mean,
every kid has great memories of that game.
And the code.
Yeah, it's embedded, bro, in everyone's head.
And Mike Tyson is fucking hard to beat, which makes this game one of the hardest games of all time.
It's just me and you have no chance of beating it.
Zero. I watched our friend Dusty go in on him and still couldn't beat him.
I saw a dude online beat him blindfolded.
That's insane.
And I was like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that is insane. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out dropped in 1987. RBI Baseball was released in September of 1987.
Just one of those games, dude, that made it put baseball on the map to me. you know what I mean, for video games.
Exactly. That's when you realize,
This could be fun.
Yeah, they figured out how to do baseball
this
games.
is fun.
Yeah, and had the player names in
Yeah,
the
the
game.
first game ever that I know of that had all real teams and real players.
Yeah.
Which made it real cool to play your friends and play the computer.
Yeah, and then it set the standard for every game that came after that. Akari Warriors came out in May of 1987.
Man, another classic.
Another classic. Kid Icarus.
I mean, those two games are like OG.
I know. Came out in July of 1987. You know, that game right there, I like its cameo that it got in
Super Mario?
In the
that's
movie.
what I was thinking too, man.
That's awesome that it got that cameo. Another classic game. And then, come on, y'all. Starman Pro Wrestling dropped in March of 1987.
Badass game.
And before anybody comes for me, these are North American dates.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these games were released in Japan in 86.
Yeah.
And then released in America in 87. So pro wrestling, man. Come on.
Good game.
Love it.
Still fun.
We play it all the time here.
It's still fun.
I'm always Starman, though. You know, that iconic
The
star.
Amazon. It's got all King Slender.
Yep. Awesome wrestling game. The first wrestling game? I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. But
we already said that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Oh, and then
I mean, come on.
this next game, y'all. This is
Top 3 of all time.
top 3 video game franchise of all time right here. The Legend of Zelda was released on the NES in America August 22nd, 1987. That game changed it all.
Talk about a run. They're still on it, bro.
They're still killing it.
Like, they're making games of the year now.
Yeah. Like best-selling games on the Switch type
now.
shit.
Yeah. Game of the year.
So, yeah.
And back then, this game blew everybody's mind.
It really did,
Like, it was not a game that you had played before.
Yeah.
Like, the adventure part of it really set it off in this.
Yeah.
This is the first game that took you on an adventure.
It's the one that we lived with for weeks, months, years even.
Yes.
Figuring new stuff out because there was no internet access and there were no cheat codes.
So
you couldn't
fun,
watch
man.
playthroughs, all that. You just had to figure it out or use a Nintendo Power.
Yeah. There's people who have played this so much that they didn't play any of the other titles in 87.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah. And then,
Come on, man.
one of my favorites of all time,
How
Castlevania.
did this come out too, man?
Dropped in May of 1987. Dude, I'm telling you some iconic titles that went on to have franchises.
Like, this is a legend list.
This is. It feels like we're talking about a best of
It does.
list.
Yeah.
I mean, basically is. You know, these are some of the best games on the NES. So, yeah, Castlevania, I mean, what else can you say? It still lives on.
Yep.
It's often regarded as one of the best games on the NES, but I personally love 3.
Yep.
I love 1. I love them all.
They're all cool, man.
They're all good. I just love everything about it. I love fighting Medusa, the Medusa heads.
The whip.
Yeah, the whips, all that shit. I love that shit.
But this next game isn't one of the best games.
I just thought this was important to note that Stadium Events was released in September of 1987. And if you're familiar with why Stadium Events is worth mentioning, it's because it's one of the most, if not the most rare game on the NES because it was only sold for 2 days at a couple department stores up in the Northeast. Yeah. Nintendo bought the Power Pad and Stadium Events and rebranded it as Nintendo and re-released it as Nintendo and then recalled all the Bandai games. Bandai had made Stadium
and they
Events.
changed the name of it.
They changed the name of the game, so there
Isn't
was
it
only
like World Class Meet or something.
It's a World Class Track Meet or something. But that whole thing happened in 1987, where Stadium Events turned into a different game, and there were only there were not many of them sold,
becoming legendary.
So there you go. There's video games
in 1987.
1987. What an awesome year! Now let me take you back to movies that were released in 1987.
Man.
These are some iconic titles, and this first one hits me in my chest, and it deserves a whole piece.
These are movies that we went to movie stores and rented.
We definitely rented these from movie stores.
Yeah.
Every one of these.
Yeah, I mean, these were the movies.
All right, let's get right into it. Like I said, this first one deserves its own segment, but, you know, it was released in 1987, and
One of my favorite movies.
it's literally one of my favorite movies. And when I play it for my kids,
It still holds up, man.
it's a good fucking movie, y'all. Harry and the Hendersons.
OG.
Released in 1987 about the Sasquatch that ends up in
that gets hit by their car and they end up taking him home and he lives with them.
He lives with
Becomes
them.
family.
And I like that scene when he punches through the wall.
Bro, he
and, like,
fucks their house
for the
up,
deer.
Bro.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Harry and the Hendersons.
we could go on about Harry all night.
Lithgow, like such a good movie, man.
Good actors, man.
It was.
Also released in 1987.
Over the Top.
Sylvester Stallone, the
People's arms breaking.
Arm wrestling truck driver.
Hanging around with his kid.
Trying to restore the relationship with his son.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so cheesy.
It was like the first movie you've seen where you even like people were arm wrestling, like seriously. Except at like your uncle's house at card night or something.
Yeah, and dude, it embodies. I went back and watched it recently. It embodies everything about the 80s, dude. It's what I think of.
It's so funny.
When I think of a man in the 80s. Like when I were to think of like a 30-something-year-old dad in the 80s.
Yeah.
Or, that's who they were, these people.
Sly Stone is his dad.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you know what? Sylvester Stallone is my dad. Especially in this movie, Over the Top.
Bro. You were the little kid in the truck with him.
You know why? Because he was always gone. In his truck. That's why I went. Thanks.
You were the kid at home. You were the kid he didn't take.
That's what I'm saying. But anyway, also released in 1987, Overboard. We just covered Overboard.
Yeah, we did. Kurt Russell, bro.
Legend.
Isn't it with his wife?
She's in it, yeah. It's them too. She gets awesome. She falls off the boat.
Goldie
gets amnesia.
Hawn, Kurt Russell, two good looking people.
He was a carpenter building her a shoe closet, and she didn't like it, and they just had a real back and forth relationship. And then she fell off a boat and forgot who she was, and they were on the news trying to help locate her. And he's like, and he went and lied and said it was his wife.
That's hilarious.
And came back.
I forgot about that. I gotta watch that.
Oh, I
haven't seen it in a long time.
Great movie. Kurt Russell absolutely killed that shit.
Man, this is like a low key, awesome, futuristic, old school movie.
Go ahead.
Batteries not included.
Man, I love that shit.
Like you've seen all these little like things to start coming to life. Like it's like a Transformers type.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like a weird movie of old cool actors. Yeah. Like such a good idea for a movie.
I thought it was cool as hell.
Yeah, like back then it hit. Yeah, like
and they look so good.
Dude, that's what I'm trying to say. It was like a nowadays movie.
Yeah.
Like everything back then looked believable.
I need to go back and watch because I think I did go back and watch a preview of it not too long ago, and the little things flying around.
Yeah, they all come to life. Like it's so cool.
Yeah. So some dope ass special effects back then.
Yeah.
All right, Beverly Hills Cop 2. Eddie Murphy.
Man, that was so good back then.
His follow-up to The Smash.
And they were all good.
Eddie Murphy was
on a roll,
bro.
He couldn't do any wrong.
He was the king of the 80s as far as a comedian goes.
Bro, I was singing this song the other day.
La Bamba.
I was singing this at work.
Lou Diamond Phillips.
Like I was crazy. La Bamba.
I like the song Donna from this, or the You're Mine song.
Yeah.
Bro, this movie reminds me of my mom.
Go ahead.
My mom would watch this shit all the time, and she got me watching it. We had the VHS tape, and we watched this shit on repeat.
Lou Diamond killed that.
He did.
But do you know what I remember about that? It's one of the random facts that I tell people.
What?
About how he got in that plane crash. You don't remember at the end of the movie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he goes on a plane with Buddy Holly, Chubby Checker.
Yeah, that's how he died.
Yeah, and all of them didn't want to. So they didn't really want to do it. He didn't want to do it, or somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they get on that plane and all that, like all talented, awesome people.
Mm-hmm. Done.
That's the way they went.
That's crazy.
It's a lot of talent to go away.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Richie Valens, Buddy Holly, Chubby Checker.
Yeah.
All on a plane.
That's wild.
Little plane.
Yeah.
Like this ain't no jet.
Damn.
Like that's what I remember when I think of La Bamba.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's a crazy fact about something that happened crazy in life like that.
I know, dude. That's wild.
Yeah.
That shit. Yeah.
And this was another epic franchise, man.
Nightmare on Elm Street 3. dropped in 1987. That's the one where they have they're using their veins like as puppet strings, and he's the puppet master.
Bro,
that fucked me up. That still scarred me.
But when this came out, you was already scared to death. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
1 and 2 already had you scared to death.
For sure. And
so when 3 came out, you're like, oh fuck, I gotta watch this.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd end up at a buddy's house.
How they gonna scare me again?
That shit was terrifying.
Yeah.
I still think about that shit.
Bro.
Walking it down the hall and making them like walk off the ledge.
What's crazy is I can still remember that song. I was singing it to my son the other day, just trying to fuck with him. Mm-hmm. It was hilarious.
Yeah. All right.
Fucking Mel Brooks, Spaceballs.
Spaceballs. And this is another one we can make an argument for who owned the 80s. Rick Moranis. Bruh.
Was awesome.
That's one we need to add to who ran the 80s list. Cause
John Candy, too. I just thought about
Rick Moranis was killing shit.
We could put it on.
What?
John Candy.
Yeah, okay.
He's in it.
Oh, yeah.
He ran the 80s.
And then the little alien that does the hello, my baby, hello, my darling.
Oh, my God, dude.
Down the bar.
Yeah, so many different characters in that. Or like that's one, I think this might have been one of the first spoofs that I've
really
ever saw. Like a movie that was made off another movie just to make fun of that movie.
Yeah.
Like I know there was probably...
Naked Gun probably.
Well, I know Mel Brooks and all them, that he lived in that space.
Yeah.
But I'm saying for me, in 87, which I was, 8? You know what I mean? That is one of the first times I knew of the movie they were making fun of. Because I was already deep into Star Wars. So when this came out, I was like, oh my God.
That shit was cool, man.
Yeah, it was. We could do a whole episode.
We really could, and we should.
Spaceballs.
I want to get, I love the RV
Everything
spaceship.
flying around.
Yeah, I want to get that tattoo.
The ring, the Schwartz. Like, I mean, so funny, dude. And one thing I always reference in this, I don't even know if you could keep this in, but when they like comb the desert. Because they're looking for it, and it shows 2 white dudes with a regular comb, and it shows a black dude with a pick combing the desert. And then he looks up at him and is like, we ain't found shit. It's fucking hilarious. Bro, they're like, you found anything? He looks up and he's like, we ain't found shit.
Yeah, I know.
Bro, funny movie.
All right.
I mean...
Eddie Murphy Raw.
Could be the most iconic stand-up performance ever.
Probably. That and Delirious were both amazing.
Like, check this out. Like, imagine being 8 years old.
Exactly.
And watching Eddie Murphy Raw.
Yeah.
What kind of... Sorry you don't get to grow up like we did.
I know.
Like, I wouldn't let my son watch this to save his life.
Yeah, in fairness, Raw, my mom did make me go downstairs when they watched it, but I was able to watch it a year later.
I wasn't allowed to watch none of it.
Yeah.
But somehow I found a way.
Yeah.
I remember waking up and watching shit, and my mom told me not to when it would just be on TV.
Yeah.
I'd look over and be like,
yep.
Oh, shit. I'm about to watch Children of the Corn. Lethal Weapon, bro, was one... That movie was classic.
Mel Gibson, Danny Glover.
Man, that started something that's still not done.
Yeah, I know.
I heard they're making a new one.
Probably.
Like,
it's a franchise.
This is 2024.
Yeah, I mean, those are great movies.
Yeah.
Those are great ass movies.
It is.
Predator. Come on, man.
He ran the 80s too.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, see who ran the 80s, man.
Like, he couldn't do I mean, that movie, Predator, was super cool. Like, had some shit in there that you couldn't believe you were seeing.
Yeah, that there was some special effects in that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it seemed like cutting edge at the time.
Yeah, and a lot of dope makeup and prosthetics and stuff.
You saw an invisible alien.
Yeah, that shit was cool.
That was killing people.
That shit was really cool.
Like, come on. RoboCop.
RoboCop.
It had a good run, bro.
It did.
Like, in that time, it was a really good franchise.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Yeah.
You always see that meme where they say, this motherfucker died and they made him go to work.
Yeah.
Bro, he went back to work Monday. I mean, it was big in the 80s.
Dirty Dancing.
Big in the 80s.
You got to talk about it. It dropped in 1987, and it was a massive hit. Oh.
What?
Patrick Swayze.
He ran the 80s, bro.
My guy ran the 80s.
God, he killed it.
He really did.
He had motherfuckers dancing.
My man was dancing.
He was Mr. Steal Your Girl.
I like it.
No,
I like the movie. I'll watch it right now.
It's good.
When it comes on TV, I'll let it roll. You know what I'm saying?
It's a good movie.
You know what made Dirty Dancing iconic?
What?
The music.
It was all the soundtrack couldn't be better.
The soundtrack is amazing.
It's literally perfect for the story.
I will still listen to that shit.
Yeah.
Look at my Spotify history. You may or may not see the Dirty Dancing soundtrack. That's all I'm saying.
It was good.
Oh, and Lost Boys.
Man, super 80 movie. Like this is one of the. I think it's one of the most iconic movies from the 80s.
It has to be. And I remember going and renting this multiple times.
Oh, this motherfucker got worn out.
Yeah, this was a Blockbuster special right here. I had this bitch all the time.
Yeah, this is one of those you rented and didn't rewind. Because you just watched it.
Kiefer
and it
Sullivan
was late. Kiefer ran the 80s.
Kiefer Sullivan ran the 80s.
Man. There's that, and like Corey Haim, Corey Feldman, they ran the 80s. They were in it. Like so many. The actors in this movie literally were amazing.
They were.
And they went on to have great careers, most of them.
I love the concept of the movie too, just the whole thing of being
vampires. Bro.
Oh,
like this is one of the movies that nailed the vampires.
Exactly.
In that time period.
Mm-hmm. And this was like one of the first ones to like romanticize it almost. No.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, everyone thought they were the coolest dudes ever.
That's what I'm saying. Like beforehand, like vampires were always charming, but they weren't like cool.
Like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like some young kid.
Yeah.
Like Kiefer Sutherland looked about as cool as you could get.
Absolutely.
And that scene where they're on the rail, like on that railroad thing, hanging on trestles or something.
Yeah, it's badass.
Super iconic scene.
Yeah. All right. And
this is Tuck's OG.
And we got to play that in the background one time, and we're going to do a segment on this one. Little Shop of Horrors was dropped in 1987. Well, the edition that I love was because it's an older horror film, but the one with Rick Moranis
ran the
80s. And if you didn't know, also the background singers that appear all the time, Pam and Gina from Martin.
That's cool.
That's a little fun fact for you.
That movie was like done in a way that will never be forgotten. You know what I mean? Like it's super different.
It's extremely different. It's literally a musical that feels like a theatrical horror film that kind of takes a horror film turn, but almost to where it doesn't.
Still funny. Yeah, like weird, bro.
It's like a horror comedy.
Yeah, it is. What musical. A great idea.
A horror comedy musical.
Yeah.
But even the horror in it, I don't know. It's the plants eating him, and he chopped him up and threw him in there, and all that. But it still feels fun.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a good movie.
Still feels playful. I don't know. I just love it so much. I used to watch it. This is another one that I would rent from Blockbuster all the time and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would get 2 movies or something. I'd always just get that one as a little security blanket.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
You know what I'm saying? And then Three Amigos.
Bro, all 3 of them ran the 80s.
Hilarious trio. Who was it? Steve Martin, Martin Short.
And Chevy Chase.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Like those 3 dudes killed it.
Hilarious.
Bro.
That's another one that I used to watch. And when I think back to Three Amigos and all of them on this list, they all feel right around that same.
Yeah,
obviously they
really
are,
do.
But in my little childhood mind, it's like these,
Great movies.
Yeah,
too.
That's movies dropped in 1987. All right, I want to take y'all back to 1987 and talk about the TV shows that were released.
Man,
we got some iconic titles, y'all. I don't know how you beat these.
Imagine sitting at your house in 1987.
And these are shows that debuted.
Like back then, these were shows that when they came on, you did not miss. Like no matter what was happening, you were sitting down to watch the show
at 8 o'clock. Because most of the time they come on at 8.
Your day ended right then. Like nope, everybody stop.
Yeah.
It's on.
You had the TV guide. You knew when it was coming on.
Yeah, because like nowadays kids can just turn on shit, rewind.
Yeah.
Like none
of that.
You had to be there.
None of that. All right, so the first one that we want to talk about, classic 80s and even 90s TV show, Married with Children.
Married with fucking Children.
This is the one right here. I don't know how you beat this one.
There's nothing on that list, which I like a lot, is going to touch this.
Al Bundy.
Man.
Peggy Bundy. Kelly Bundy. Bud Bundy.
Bud Bundy,
My man was just a shoe salesman.
The neighbor. Like the wife. Like, it's so many. That whole family made you feel at home.
You really did. That was middle America there.
I mean, it was on point.
That was like lower middle class.
You thought they were really married. That family seemed real. Like, it was such a good show. The writing, everything was so like 80s.
And we identified with Bud Bundy so much.
Yeah, and you can't act like Al Bundy did then. now.
Oh no,
that's a time of the past.
Yeah, you watch that. That is a snapshot into the climate, the social climate.
100%.
You know?
It's not the same.
No, not at all. All right, next one. Oh, and the iconic. I'm sorry, I gotta talk about it.
Yeah,
when Al
he did that. That's every guy.
He's chilling.
That's every guy
My
in the
guy's
80s.
chilling.
Your dad did that in the 80s.
For sure.
Al Bundy's Tuck's dad.
Yeah. If you didn't know, Al Bundy's my dad.
DuckTales.
DuckTales. This is a classic.
I mean, dude, I'm hard pressed to say I didn't watch that more than I did Married with Children.
No shit.
Like, because I'd get off school and I'm watching DuckTales.
Yeah. And you remember the song?
DuckTales.
Oh my God.
It's in our brain, bro.
I didn't even realize I knew that.
No, bro, it was shit that will never leave you. That's what's cool and everybody likes about this nostalgic shit.
Yeah.
Is it will never leave you.
Yeah.
These games, these videos, it's all in us.
Yeah, and that one came out. That was on the Saturday morning cartoons as well, and afternoon cartoons. It was one of them double hits.
Yeah.
All right. Full House
had a good run, bro.
Came out in '87.
Everybody watched Full House.
R.I.P. Bob Saget. I can't believe
OG.
Bob Saget's gone. But man, America's
good
dad.
Show.
America's dad. See, this wasn't just my dad.
No, Bob Saget was everybody.
This was everyone's dad.
Yeah, and then they had the uncles.
Oh yeah, Joey,
Jesse.
Is Joey and Jesse?
I don't know.
Is it Joey? I don't know. It just came out. Let's see if I'm right.
Yeah, I know it's.
I think the other one's name is Joey, and then we got Jesse.
I think we're both wrong.
We're probably
no.
It's
one of
Jesse's.
Jesse.
Jesse's definitely right. He's the black haired one who plays the guitar. And
I
shit.
didn't watch the new one, so I'm out.
But yeah, you had the twins come from it. Mary
Olsen.
Kate, the Olsen twins. Yeah. So yeah, man, that was a classic show. That was another family you felt like you were a part of.
Yeah, 100%.
It seems like those family comedies really hit.
Oh, they had the formula.
They did, because it was so you could just identify with
they
it so
picked the
much.
right people. They made you a part of that family.
Yeah, stuff they were going through, you felt like you were going through. Yeah, so Full House, another good one. Oh,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
the cartoon. This is when they blew up.
Yeah, this is when every kid in America knew every fucking thing there was about the Ninja Turtles.
Yep. And
everything.
This is when the toys had just hit the market.
Yeah, I was playing with the toys, watching the show at the same fucking time.
Shit exploded. And I'm telling you, everyone had the Turtles toys. It was everywhere.
Bro.
It was all over marketing shit. It was
the
a big
comics,
deal.
the video games, the show, the toys.
And you know what? This cartoon was awesome.
It was awesome.
We got a bunch of them down here on VHS.
Yep.
Yeah, the cartoons are awesome from back then. I still will pop them in.
They're still awesome.
And just have them playing in the
You can
background.
watch them on YouTube now. Unsolved Mysteries.
Man.
That show had you in a fucking sweat.
Heard that from the next room. It was over. You were like, oh shit, you got chills hearing that shit.
What? They never caught him?
No, that was funny on the video we posted. Everyone said, yeah, they do this whole fucking creepy ass thing, and then at the end it'd be like, till this day,
Still at large.
still at large, he's never been seen.
Because you think about it, like, it's called Unsolved.
Yeah.
Like, nowadays
Exactly.
you'll watch shit about crimes that have been solved and
Yeah.
killers that have been caught.
Yep.
They were literally showing you the scariest shit going, they're still out there.
Yeah.
So when you go to the store, maybe you get taken.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. This show, bro, I watched religiously.
Fraggle Rock.
Bro.
Man, that was a good one. They used to, what would eat would the Fraggles
Dozers.
eat Dozers would eat them?
Yeah, I know this shit like it's, I got a degree.
I thought they would make them.
No, there's these little, oh yeah, you're right.
The Dozers would make
The
them.
Dozers would make them, and I think the Fraggles would eat them.
Eat them. They'd just come through and be like,
You're right, dude.
Like, what a crazy
And this is like
concept.
this show was like a world within a world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they would start the show in somebody's like house, and you'd go in there like, and they'd have a little hole, and then the camera would go in that hole.
Yeah.
And then you go to this world of the Fraggle. Like, so cool, bro.
The concept
And then
is
the
insane.
Dozers were like in that world.
Yeah.
Something smaller than them. It was so cool. The Fraggles, man, like had a run where I watched every single episode.
Yeah, I didn't miss it. If it came on, I'm watching.
And then they had one Fraggle who was just out in the world traveling Matt, and he would send them postcards of the world. You remember that? He was one dude just out there, bro, and they were all like living through him. And he's like, dog, traveling Matt, bro, he's out there.
Oh man, I love some Fraggle Rock, man. It makes me feel comfortable.
It does.
You know,
we need something. We need something.
I want to go back and watch some right now. I bet it is a time machine.
Yeah, we need some Fraggle Rock.
We do
stuff.
We for sure need some Fraggle stuff. Max Headroom,
man, we did shit on him.
We did. We just never posted it, but we did. Yeah, he was on the. We talked about him on the podcast.
Yeah,
though.
Max Headroom was like some of the most cool, futuristic shit for a kid to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I like how he got his name. He was riding a motorcycle and hit his head on an overpass, and it said Max Headroom. Max Headroom is how they said it over in England.
Yeah. We get deep on this. We know a lot.
Yeah, I know a lot more about Max Headroom than I thought I ever would.
But it's cool. It was some cool old school AI.
It was.
Like, it was like now.
It was trickery.
Yeah. But like you thought that was some AI.
Yeah, for sure.
Back then.
It was definitely believable.
That's cool.
That's TV shows in 1987. All right, y'all. I want to talk about the best Batman movie, in my opinion, in the series. Wills may differ. Batman Returns.
Yeah, mine's different from that now, but I'm saying from back then it was.
This right here is what set the standard for me. It was directed by the iconic Tim Burton.
Who did well.
And this was released June 19th, 1992. It did $266.8 million at the box office.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good, but compared to the first one, it wasn't looked at as like a failure, but the first one did like 450 million or something, 420 million, and then this one did about half that.
I don't think you can.
With a sequel, though, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, this one often gets looked at as like an oddball in the franchise, but it's my favorite. Okay?
Yeah, I liked it.
Michael Keaton as Batman.
He's Batman now.
Everyone else is, all the other ones, they're just pretending. Michael Keaton is the real Batman.
That's
in my
your
opinion.
Batman?
That's my Batman.
I like it.
That's the one that I feel. And Tim Burton had this Gotham City. To me, obviously it all has dark undertones or whatever. It's just the way, that was just Gotham City.
No,
the way
awesome.
It was shot, the way it felt. Think about like Edward Scissorhands. Think about like The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah. He's the king of the dark undertones, bro.
Yeah, think about the way those movies felt, And Batman had that same exact feel as far as just, I can't put my finger on it.
I think, man, to be honest, like every Batman has it.
It does.
Like every Batman knows to keep those dark tones of the movie.
I think, yeah.
They kill it. Like that. This is a really big, successful, like, it was everywhere.
It was,
like,
it was all over.
It was on your McDonald's cups and shit.
Yeah,
like,
I'm going to talk about that in a minute.
I didn't know it was even on there.
So Danny DeVito played Penguin.
I mean, he fucking nailed it. Oswald Cobblepot.
Yeah, what a cool ass name.
He fucking nailed it.
Man. When like he was down in that basement.
It's disgusting.
Oh my God, it looks so good.
All the little penguins. Michelle Pfeiffer killed it.
That's Catwoman.
Killed it.
And then Christopher Walken.
Man, he was awesome, dude.
In his prime. Listen to this. I want to read this. The film's marketing campaign was substantial, including a brand collaborations and a variety of merchandise to replicate Batman's success. Released on June 19th of 1992, Batman Returns broke several box office records and earned about $266.8 million worldwide. It failed to replicate the success or longevity of the first Batman, which brought in $411.6 million. However, this was blamed on its darker tone as well as violent and sexual elements, which
I could see that
alienated family audiences and led to a backlash against marketing partners such as McDonald's for promoting the film to young children. Reviews were critical of its tone and narrative, but more favorable towards the cast, giving near unanimous praise to Michelle Pfeiffer's performance.
Yeah, I could see that though. They went in a direction that wasn't for family.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't do half.
It like went to, I don't know if it's rated, but it's probably rated R or something like that.
Yeah, well, it definitely not for young kids. That's Batman, bro. Batman is not for kids.
That's right.
So,
sorry.
Yeah, we were just kids.
I thought that was pretty cool.
No, it's a good movie, man.
It really is, man.
Yeah.
So Batman Returns. It's Batman 2, yeah. Batman Returns, my favorite, y'all. It doesn't get any better than that, in my opinion.
It is good, man.
All right, y'all. I want to talk about...
This has been in the the comment section a bunch.
For a while, I want to talk about Gummo, this crazy ass wild, what the fuck is this type shit Gummo.
It's wild.
But first, let me say a few things. Gummo is a 1997 American experimental drama film written and directed by Harmony Korine. This was his directorial debut because he did not direct kids, he just wrote it. The film is set in Xenia, Ohio, a Midwestern American town that had been previously struck by a devastating tornado. The loose narrative follows several main characters who find odd and destructive ways to pass time.
That's to say the least.
Interpreted by vignettes depicting other inhabitants of the town. Before we get into some other stuff, this movie had $1.3 million budget and only brought in $116,700 at the box office.
Which is 100% understandable.
Which is the lowest number I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't know the history of
We
this.
could probably do that.
What?
We could make a movie right now and get that.
No shit. And this is a dope little fact, though, a little dope connection to where we're at. The movie's atmospheric soundtrack was composed by musician Will Oldham, also known as Bonnie Prince Billy. The haunting music adds depth to the film's dark and unsettling atmosphere. That dude, Will Oldham, from Louisville. Hey, he's basically family. No,
we know him.
But it's cool that there's a Louisville connection
that is cool.
Whatever this movie is.
Maybe not cool.
So what about this movie, Will? Oh my God.
Man, I don't fucking know about this, bro. I texted you when I was watching it and I was like, bro, this might be the fucking most fucked up movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, you did. That was
like this is unnerving.
Yeah.
Like it made me go sleep with my cat. Like I was out there petting my cat. Like
he's
if you like cats, bro, this is not for you. This will trigger you for the rest of your life.
Oh my God.
Like
damn.
They are just some cat killing psychopaths.
Brutalizing.
Like they look at cats like they're not alive because they're not about to be.
Look at them like
this is a game to them.
Like an earthworm.
Like this, yeah. This
going fishing.
These kids were having turf wars about killing cats. Like you like they were mad at this other kid because he was killing cats on their territory where they kill cats.
And then they were feeding it like poison.
Yeah, they were.
And the owner, the Chinese guy, had a heart attack.
Bro, they were selling cats to some dude who was then selling cats to Chinese restaurants.
That's insane.
Everything in this movie is the most fucked up shit I've ever seen. Like,
God,
that once there's a scene. I don't know if you can talk about this on anything. Like they pimp out this dude's sister who's got Down syndrome, and people come by and have sex with her. Like, I was like watching this and it's like, what the fuck am I watching? Why is this a movie?
Oh
like this
God.
Dude failed. Like this is not a good idea. You know how you have those ideas and like they did this. Somehow this went. Like it's so fucked up. And like we said, like it was like this town didn't survive that tornado attack or tornado storm. Like, cause none of them rebounded. Like it was all just poverty and neglect and like decay and like they depicted these people like that were just like struggling. It was so sad.
Yeah.
To watch.
And the scene that I saw when I went back and did a little bit of research, the one that got me is the two brothers that are in the trailer. And they start. It shows them lifting weights and shit, and then they're talking in the kitchen of the trailer, and then they start punching each other, and then they end up just beating the shit out of each other, and then they stop, and there's like, "What's for dinner?"
Well, that's what they said. Like the shit you see in this movie, they made it look like this is stuff that has happened all the time.
So, bro, that fight in that kitchen. They really beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, and they made it seem like that was just a Tuesday for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there was multiple scenes in that movie where it looked like some fucked up shit, but you could tell that they had did it forever.
Yeah.
Like they didn't even care.
Yeah.
It was nothing to write about.
Yeah.
Like so fucked up, man.
But bro, when them dudes were fighting that shit, I was like, damn, they're like.
And then it would show like, I don't know if you saw like the way they filmed it was different, like grainy video.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'd see, look like somebody's home video.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would go do like interviews, like documentary style.
Yeah.
And just like, it's so weird, bro. To like, they got you into what that town was like.
Yeah.
And it was not cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like something was wrong.
You did not want to be there.
Like it was a wrong place to be.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're a cat.
What do y'all remember about Gummo?
I'm sure, I mean, a lot of y'all have been talking about Gummo, so I'm sure there's some controversial takes in this movie, man.
Yeah.
And the bunny kid, like the kid.
Yeah, I had bunny kid written down.
I'm upset with the shit I saw in there. Like the little kid was sitting in a dirty ass tub, eating spaghetti, getting his hair washed, drinking strawberry milk. Like everything about what I just said is disgusting.
Yeah. And you know, this film actually has a cult following.
Yeah,
but
it's
not Will. It's not Will.
It ain't, man. People watch this movie is just because of the like
shock value.
Shock value.
Yeah.
Like they stringing cats up, bro.
So you're saying that it's no kids?
No, not even close.
Not even close.
Kids seemed cool.
Yeah.
Sort of cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even though it was some fucked up shit,
yeah,
it seemed cool.
Like he captured.
And real. This seems almost too real that you don't want to know about it.
Well, you know with kids, yeah, I mean, it was super real. And, you know, we identified with it. You know, if you think about Gummo,
I don't identify with it.
It's like the opposite of what we were identifying with, but that is a section of our society that exists.
There was people doing that.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I get why he made it.
Yeah.
Like, but just, man, I don't think you need to showcase this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, don't show anybody that. Take this and put it away.
Yeah.
But don't show a motherfucker.
Like, you see this right here?
Don't
do that.
Don't even watch it. And you can tell by the fucking money they made, no one watched it.
Who remembers flipping through a magazine or even watching television?
Yeah, commercial.
And you see an ad for get 11 CDs or tapes.
Yeah.
For 1 penny.
And you're like, what?
You're like, what?
This is too good to be true.
And then you're like, well, all right, I'll give it a chance.
I'm doing it.
You check them all and you mail it in, and next thing you know,
they send you fucking 11 tapes.
You got 11 pieces of music. You got you could order vinyl,
bro.
You could order CDs. You could order tapes.
I can't tell you how many times I did this,
bro. This shit just kept coming.
I'd go in there and like ask my mom and dad. I'd be like, can I do it?
Yeah.
I need more tapes.
Yeah.
I need more CDs.
This is
like, and they'd have everything,
bro. Shit
everything.
How did these people,
bro? You know why?
Stay in business. I know exactly why.
Yeah, I know you did research, but we didn't see the small print on this deal.
Yeah. Oh no.
They hid that.
Yeah.
They're just like, are you getting all this for this money? And then they'd be like, but you have to buy 3 CDs
at
regular price, which is $80.
Yeah, full
for a fucking tape.
And if you didn't pay, they're mailing you shit. They're calling your house.
That you gonna pay.
Yeah, you got to pay.
But they got their money.
But bro, let me tell you what, I never paid. How many people? Show hands. Show hands.
I paid.
Ordered something from Columbia House or BMG and did not pay.
I had to pay.
You did?
Yeah, I paid. It'd be like, they'd be like, you about to buy like a tape for like 15 something, $16.
Yeah. Oh, and they also had people signed up by mailing it back in. You signed up for the record of the month.
Yeah.
And they sent it to you no matter what. You had to like call and cancel the shit.
Yeah, yeah. It was a trap.
Yeah, it really was.
They trapped us.
For sure.
But I got a lot of good music out of that.
Oh, yeah. Here's another thing, though. Did you know that Columbia House, which Columbia House was the biggest one by far. They were formed in the 50s.
I remember those.
They started from, they did reel-to-reel movies and shit. They were like Netflix before Netflix, way back in the 60s and shit. And they also did music. They started going into music in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. This is how they did it. They got master copies from the record company and pressed the albums and CDs and the records theirself, okay? And would sell it.
That's where they cut the cost.
That's where they cut the cost because the record companies didn't care because Columbia House and BMG would just bring them a big stack of money.
And they'd be like, okay.
And they never licensed it to them. What does everything? Money. The company brought them a bunch of money and was like, look, we did this by selling your music. And they're like, holy shit, this is a lot of money.
Keep selling it.
Yeah, exactly. So by BMG and Columbia House agreeing to taking that money, it creates a understanding of, all right, there's no licensing. We didn't say you could do this. You're doing it, but we like this money.
Yeah, we accept.
Yeah. So we're just not going to talk about it. It was like some shady shit because guess what? They didn't get paid.
Yeah.
The artists did not get paid off of the ones that Columbia pressed up themselves and sold.
Because it didn't count as actual sale.
So they were bringing the record company the money. The record company's happening. They're like, shit, well.
It's almost like bootlegging for the record company.
Yeah, exactly. And everybody was making money except the artists. So the artists hated them. And you can look at your CD or your vinyl, and it's printed on there if BMG printed it. That's one thing that they had to do. And it was real fine print, but it's on there. And on vinyl, there are people that say that the pressings are shitty.
I bet.
And they're nowhere near the record company.
Because it's not a record company.
That they don't sound as good.
Wow.
So isn't that crazy?
Like, bro, and their marketing was top notch.
Oh, it really was.
Like I told you, man, they got us. They got so many people.
I know.
I guarantee you this wasn't just us. Like, everyone got.
Everybody.
They got us.
In the 90s.
They got us.
And in the 80s.
It went from, look, they got us so long that they went into different phases of music and still got us.
Yeah, and you know what finally got them?
What?
The internet.
Yep.
And
LimeWire, Napster,
and all that shit.
Like, think about it, bro. It got people on vinyl.
Yep.
It got people on tapes.
Yep.
And then it got us on CDs.
Yep.
Like, think about that. That's how many times people just kept doing it.
Oh, they had a long run.
Yeah.
And in 1994, Columbia House and BMG made up for 15% of all CD sales.
That's a big number.
And here's one reason why the artists were conflicted with it. The bigger artists, obviously they weren't getting paid, so that's a problem. But those sales did count towards them going gold and platinum.
Oh, cool.
So it was like a double, and it's a catch-22 for them.
And it made them famous.
It did, exactly.
Like, you were in every household.
And you were on all of those marketing things.
Yep.
Everyone saw you.
Everyone got your tape.
Just by being on that CD list of what they were getting, I mean, you made it. A lot of people are going to order your shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people heard your stuff that didn't hear it somewhere else.
Like, for a while, when I was young, I felt like that's the way you got music.
Me too.
That's how you got music.
I wasn't going anywhere.
They mailed it to you.
I wasn't going anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They were making so much money, even though tons of people, like a big percentage of people were stealing the music. Mm-hmm. Their profit margins were so high that they still made millions of dollars in profit.
Yeah,
that it didn't matter. They had such a good thing going that when it worked really well.
Yeah.
But so the people that were stealing it, it didn't hurt them at all.
Yeah, it was like those they gave you it was like giving you your drugs first for free.
So there were some people that really took advantage and scammed Columbia House to the point where they had to take action on it because, they weren't worried about the one person doing it, stealing, 10, 15 CDs and not paying for them.
They accepted that.
All right, so you think you stole a lot of music from Columbia House and BMG? Let me tell you about a guy named Joseph Porvin.
The king.
The king of stealing shit from Columbia House. He's from New Jersey. Between 1993 and 1998, he admitted to using 16 P.O. boxes
to next level,
scam Columbia House and BMG out of 26,000 CDs valued at $350,000.
Back when music was expensive.
Oh, my God, it was so expensive.
He probably, think how much money he made. You don't think he's probably selling those.
He probably is.
So you're over there selling 26,000 CDs at different. Like, he got them for what, a penny?
Yeah.
Like, think of how much what his profit margin.
Yeah, like $20. You know what I'm saying? Like, back then, CDs cost $20.
Like, this dude made 300,000 off this.
That's one thing that has really gone backwards. Remember, music. Obviously now music's free, but it started going down.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about that. Like, that's a penny he's spending on these.
Yeah. I bet he was selling them at flea markets.
Yeah, he's overselling. He literally was walking around with $250,000 off of BMG in Columbia.
Yeah, my man had an operation.
Yeah, this was smart.
Hey.
Tuck's over just doing it once and like, fuck, I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't pay.
Straight up. So, yeah, you think you stole some shit from Columbia House. This man right here.
This dude was not paying, he was not buying the next 3 at regular price.
That's the world record right there. All right, y'all. Super retro news of the week. Beetlejuice, the long-awaited sequel to the original Tim Burton cult classic. They finally released pictures from the new movie and pretty much gave it a new title because before this, it was just Beetlejuice 2, as far as I know. And they gave it a title of Beetlejuice, which I think is dope. Yeah. That is a really cool title.
The trailer was awesome.
The trailer looked sick, man.
It's short and just perfect.
Yep. So you know it's coming.
Shows you who's in the movie.
You know it's coming.
It shows you Beetlejuice. It shows you the daughter.
Who is 72-year-old Michael Keaton.
The OG
My man is back 36 years after the original.
God.
Michael Keaton is back.
And there's, you know what I was saying about the trailer is there's a bunch of people not in it. Mm-hmm. A couple big characters from the old one. Yeah. So it's like, what's happening? There's a funeral. So like, who died?
And so Tim Burton is obviously coming back to direct it.
Yep.
He's got to be my favorite director. Not a ton of details have been released, except for Keaton, Ryder, and Catherine O'Hara.
Catherine O'Hara, bro. OG.
The queen.
She is
Catherine
the queen.
O'Hara is returning.
She's the queen.
Joined by Jenna Ortega, best known for her role as Wednesday on the Netflix smash by the same name.
Yep.
Tim Burton said that the sequel picks up decades later after a death in the family hits...
Man, who is it?
I know. Hits theaters September 6th of 2024, and we will definitely be catching that one. It looks sick.
Beetlejuice, one of the classic movies, man, from back then.
I went back and watched Beetlejuice not too long ago.
Man.
I was shocked. I was shocked at like how I was like, ooh, I can't believe he was able to say that or do that.
It was fucking wild.
Awesome film. So yeah, that's it, y'all. Beetlejuice news of the week.
Who remembers this green clown face semi right here from the movie Maximum Overdrive, which is Stephen King's crazy movie about comets and machines coming to life, and what a crazy movie.
And his directorial debut as well. And bro, they said my man was so coked up that he doesn't even remember doing this film.
This one?
This one.
I could see.
Like, I read that today.
It was because, it was a weird movie, man.
And someone asked him why he doesn't direct films anymore. And he said, at the time, did you see Maximum Overdrive?
That's hilarious.
He's like, I was coked out of my mind. And
it was too much.
It was,
like, it's a weird movie, bro.
It really is. This shit is weird.
You're sitting there watching this movie, and then all of a sudden, it just takes a turn where every machine comes to life.
Yeah.
And just starts slaying people.
Just murking.
Every way possible. It's like you watch a movie, and you're like, how many different ways can someone go? Because you're about to see. Yeah. Someone gets hit by a Coke machine, like aluminum cans, just shooting out, hitting kids. Just baseball. It's bad, bro. Seeing kids get just ran over.
Ran over. The kid that got ran over.
Steamroll. Like, it's crazy, bro. And then you got this iconic green face clown semi that's like that. You could show that, and everyone knows what movie.
For sure.
They might even not even remember what the name is,
right?
Or that they had seen this, but they see that.
They'll remember the truck.
He was the leader.
Speaking of the truck, shortly after the movie, it was taken to a junkyard where it sat severely burned and was missing the jaw, lower teeth, tongue, and the top of the ears. It was found by John Allison and sold to Tim Shockey of Ohio, where he restored it and now travels the country showing it off at horror and comic cons.
Bro, it's like gold.
That is sick.
Imagine finding that and being like, oh shit.
Like, bro,
that's the one.
That's it.
There can't be any other one.
There's no other
There's no one made a fucking
and it's burn up
replica.
That's back when they were really burning shit up.
Yeah, like they had a model of this and burned it.
Yeah, they had to do it.
Like, bro, what a great idea to see that and know the value.
Yeah.
Like now, I would shit my pants if I saw that. If I'm driving to Florida and see the fucking, imagine just being tired at night and you look in your rear view and you see that fucking clown face, bro. I'm 44 years old. I might drive off the road.
Straight up.
Like, bro, and that's something also I didn't know about. Yeah, but like Yeardley Smith is the voice of Lisa Simpson. It's like the most annoying voice.
Oh, and it's heightened.
Yeah, I see how it works as Lisa, but in this,
as a person,
I knew her as the girl with the fucking annoying voice.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like, I don't know if you know this guy. Like, he's in everything now. This dude owns Now. Giancarlo Esposito.
No.
Dude, he's killing the game.
Is he?
Yeah, he's in everything. He's Breaking Bad's like one of the biggest protagonists in Breaking Bad.
Oh.
The guy that he starts to work for.
Yeah.
And he starts working for him. And Walter has to go to war with him, sort of at the end, and ends up killing him.
He's in that new Netflix show.
Yeah, that too. And he's in Mandalorian. Like, this dude's in everything. He's killing it.
He's badass.
Yeah, like, he's one of the best actors ever. But Giancarlo is in... It's got to be one of his first movies. He's in this movie, Maximum Overdrive, and he gets killed by an arcade game.
How old is he?
He's young.
Is he?
As shit, bro.
Damn.
Like, I saw him and was like, oh my God, that's him.
Damn.
Like, I didn't even... Like, that's one of the things you see a guy and you're like, oh, I didn't even know he's in this.
Yeah.
Like, he's bigger now. Like, back then, it probably wasn't a draw to the movie. And I think Stephen King's even in, like, he does a lot of cameos.
Yeah, he's in it.
He's in it. Like, and it's just a crazy movie. Emilio Estevez. Like, it's a weird movie, man.
You know, the scene I remember most is when those trucks were doing that
Oh,
circle.
yeah, bro. Like, they were, and it was
shit
like
was about to go down.
It was like a diner or something, like a truck stop.
Yeah, shit went down.
And they were just, like, stalking the humans.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's so, I went back and watched some scenes and saw like there's so much stupid 80s shit.
My God.
Like the dumbest, like it was like a dog on the side of the road who had gotten killed by like a kid toy that was in its mouth. So much weird, like lawnmowers running people over. Like so much 80s, like cliche, stupid. Like but
awesome at the same time.
Yeah, but a memorable movie for me.
People shit on it too.
Oh yeah, I can see why.
A lot of people shit on it. Rotten Tomatoes has got it at like an 11 or some shit.
Yeah,
like
I can see why people hate on it. But it's hilarious.
Yeah, I love anything like that. I love bad movies.
Me too. To me, it personified the 80s.
I like bad movies that were supposed to be good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But when they came out, people were like, "Oh, this is gonna bang."
And then you go see it, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, but if I watch it today, it would provide me with funny, good laughs.
Hell yeah! All right, y'all. Who remembers Kmart?
Man,
the magical Kmart, y'all.
They owned the 80s.
They absolutely did.
Man, like it was everything. Like, you know how nowadays you have well, you got Walmart, Target, what else? Costco. You got all these Sam's, but Kmart was everything.
That was it.
They ruled, bro.
That's all we had.
They ruled.
I got everything in my life came from Kmart.
Bro, school shopping, Kmart. Everything.
Swim trunks.
Kmart. New shoes, Kmart.
Them new Lees.
Kmart.
Lee jeans.
Yeah, Kmart.
Absolutely.
You were going to Kmart to get. Y'all needed a new garden hose. You going to Kmart.
That's right.
Like, what did you need? What do you need?
Just Kmart.
We have it.
And
I can't even tell you how much money my family and my grandma and my dad and my mom spent at Kmart.
Yeah, and Kmart always looked like permanently disheveled. Like later on, you know what I mean? Yeah. It was like always just kind of.
But man, there was a point when it was.
Oh, it was king.
It was peak. Dude. I'd go there with my grandma. She would buy me clothes, go shopping, get toys, and then we would go to a restaurant that was inside. It was like a cafeteria where I would go get a cheeseburger and fries and a Coke with my grandma after shopping.
This is the first one that I remember.
It might have been before we paid. Like, we might have filled up a cart, pulled over, set it there, went and ate, then went and paid. And
see, those are good memories right there.
Bro, I can't even. It was so cool.
Yeah, I did that all the time.
It seemed like I was like, how are we doing this? Yeah. How am I about to go eat?
Yeah.
And shop?
Yeah.
Like, it was the first time in my life that I put those together. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now people going to like Buc-ee's and shit and doing everything. But but to me, that started it. That cafeteria.
You know what it reminds me of?
What?
You know, when I think of food, Little Caesars.
Yeah.
There was always a Little Caesars in Kmart.
They probably had some kind of partnership.
They did for sure. Like you knew. You went into Kmart, you're like, all right, since I'm in the mart, I'm going to go ahead and give me a slice. You know what I'm saying? Because you could get them by the slice in there too. That was one thing for sure.
Eating. I bet people remember that.
I used to hide in between the clothes racks.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, in the middle of them.
Yeah.
You know, and just
There's
have your
a
own
little
little
space
world.
in the middle.
Yeah, you just had your own world for
where
a
you could
minute.
like hide from your parents for a minute.
You see your mom walk by, starting to get worried, look for you. It's like,
I bet that's where the people would page like sounds for your mom or something.
Dog, look, I wrote that
Missing
down.
children. Oh yeah.
Look. Loudspeaker paging you to the front. Yeah.
Dustin Tucker.
Yeah. Dustin Tucker.
Your mom is waiting for you.
Your mom is at the front desk. Please come to the front desk.
Bro,
Meanwhile,
that don't happen anymore.
Meanwhile, you're in between like a clothes rack.
Yeah,
just
you're
like
trying to hide.
Like you're in your own
Bro,
world.
That's never gonna happen again.
Nah, shit. Those days are over. You do not see that.
No.
I think they probably changed clothes racks because of it.
Yeah, it's not the same.
They're not.
You
the
can't
same.
hide.
You can't. No, you can't.
What a time.
Yeah, you don't see that. Like
Man.
parents don't let their kids out of sight
No.
now. I would be in Kmart by myself. Like
Wandering.
the second we walk in, I'm to a different area.
Wandering.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'm not walking with my mom. She'd have to come find me.
What a great childhood.
Also, Kmart tried to rebrand themselves and call it Big K, like it was the bigger versions of Kmart.
Man.
But it was always Kmart.
That's one of those things that were just such in our life, like such a staple name in our life.
Yeah.
It just went away.
It's gone.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like it just everyone remembers it, and they don't exist anymore.
Yeah,
How crazy!
And soon,
Like it's like Blockbuster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's such everyone has a special place for it, and it doesn't exist.
Yeah, there's 20-year-olds that have no idea
No,
about Blockbuster or Kmart
No.
for real. What y'all remember about Kmart?
you were good to us.
Thank you, Kmart.
Yeah, thank you, Kmart.
It was like,
Thank you.
thank you, Kmart, from the bottom of my heart.
You was alright.
Thank you for everything you provided for me.
You was alright.
Them dusty ass jeans
Yeah.
that
Thank you, Levi's.
you could tell they were like Wranglers.
Yeah.
I think Kmart sold Wranglers.
Who knows, bro?
And,
They had the off-brand Sears didn't have.
yeah, I would always go to school with Wranglers on, and everyone else would have
Hey,
like some.
Wranglers all right now.
They are now, but back then, it was like, oh, you got them motherfuckers at Kmart.
Yeah. Look at them cowboy jeans.
Yeah, for sure. They were just like a shade of blue off. You know what I'm saying?
It was that off jean.
Yeah, it was that almost. Yeah, you saw it and you were like, ugh.
It was that off blue jean.
I don't know if that's the move right there, but hey, what are you gonna do? All right, y'all. So that's the podcast. Thank you for tuning in as always. Thank you for watching. If you're watching, remember we got the website, superretropod.com. Superretropod.com. Go hit that.
Now you can hit us there for everything.
Yep, we got gaming tournaments coming up. We're
busy.
We're busy, y'all. So
We got expos coming. You will already have been there.
Yeah.
After you listen to this.
So hopefully you're just now catching this episode.
Thanks for coming out.
Hopefully we met you out there.
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is fun, man. We got a lot of new topics on the list and follower topics coming.
Yep. So you can also contact us at superretropod@gmail.com. Or just hit the website. There's a contact tab there. We'd love to hear from you guys.
We've been pretty much talking to a lot of people on TikTok.
Yeah, we talk to a lot of people, man. I love interacting with people. So definitely hit us up. We'll send us a DM.
And Instagram.
Yeah, send us a DM on Instagram or TikTok. We'll respond.
Yep.
But yeah.
Keep it retro.